Hey, this is the Cookout Podcast, episode 292. I'm Brando. I'm here with Ryan. Today we're not going to review Kamigawa. Now hit our theme song! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing?
Good. What is going down?
Whole ton is going down. We got some people to thank, some stories to tell, some game stories to get into, a set to totally ignore and not review even a little bit. But before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. And don't forget, CCO Spring promo code. That's the new promo code. Save yourself 5% on all the stuff you're going to buy anyways. Kamigawa pre-orders, Kamigawa singles, not Kamigawa singles.
Foil Eternal Witnesses.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got one of those a little while ago.
Oh.
That's one of those cards that's just always going to be worth money, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say I was so shocked and appalled, but I wasn't expecting that. Like an uncommon that's been reprinted so many times, and it still commands quite a there's a premium price tag on that for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. Not a premium price tag on Crab Tribal.
Hell no.
Which I told you that I ordered last week.
Uh-huh.
Came in because shipping to us is super fast. So if you live in Western Canada, Fusion will ship to you super fast. Another reason to order them and support your boys.
Yep.
That all came in. I played 3 games with it. And it is the trolliest, the memeiest, the jankiest, and the funniest deck I've ever built.
Man, I'm so jealous because I want to do Frog Tribal so bad, and there just isn't enough frogs, and there isn't the 3-color Frogmander that I need, even though they kind of did the one. It's not a frog, so it doesn't count.
You get there.
Yeah,
you get there.
Someday. Continue the story.
Okay, so as you do when you build a 5-color mana base, because it's 5 colors, I just grabbed the lands that I had.
Yeah.
It's got like City of Brass and Ancient Ziggurat and a Scry land, and then casual 8 or 9 fetch lands and some shock lands that I had. And here's the cherry on top.
Okay.
Cherry on top is because everybody just has bayous and dual lands laying around. I put a bayou in there. Sure. And didn't I turn one fetch into a bayou, into a soul ring, and then everybody was like, what kind of Crab Tribal EDH deck is this? And I was like, no. Turn 2, Purple Crystal Crab.
There it is. Oh, shit.
Oh, man. It was so good. Didn't win not one game. I went a perfect 0-3.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect record for that type of deck, I guess. And tons of fun.
Nice.
Tons of fun. I played against Bug Tribal.
That's fun. Like bugs?
Like guy at EDH&M has 6 different decks. They're all insect tribal decks. Yeah, every one of them.
He loves bugs.
He's a bug guy. He's got a tattoo of a bug and everything.
He was the guy that explained that spider legs are actually hydraulic.
He confirmed it. I explained it. He confirmed it.
Right. So that's real.
Yes.
Spider legs are hydraulic mechanisms, but biological, which doesn't help make them any less creepy for the record. They're still, I still hate them. And
spiders are terrifying.
Yeah, spiders are the worst, I think, yes.
Not the worst. I got a thing that isn't the worst.
Okay.
Kickstarter update.
Oh, right.
We said on the pre-show yesterday.
Doodling. Lean to the side. If you're watching on YouTube, which the fuck it should be, you could see behind us that there are boxes of shirts which are being prepped for folding and packaging and sending off with playmats and prints and tokens and all the other goodies that people bought on the Kickstarter very soon.
Cannot confirm that they will be folded, but they will be in bags and or boxes with playmats and or all of the other things that you ordered.
Well, they're folded quite nicely now, so I just assume that they'll stay that way forever, right?
Yeah.
Because once you fold something and put it away, it stays nice forever. That's science. That's science, and that's how I've been living my life for my whole life, and I'm here, so I must be doing something right.
I think you're in denial.
Probably not. I probably am not.
So check this out. I got the green one on. I got the green classic one on. It's like, sorry, I leaned away from the mic. It's like army green, which isn't what we expected at first, but with the world the way that it is, especially with having large quantities of things delivered via semi in Canada right now, we couldn't get the green that we thought. And it turns out that we're getting this fucking sick army green, and now we're going to not only be collectively CCO Nation, but we're going to be like the commandos of CCO Nation. Anybody who's got a green one coming in the mail, we're just going to like makeup on and
CC Mandos. I like it.
CC Mandos. Yes.
I got the pink one. It's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And if you're watching on YouTube, you would have got that too.
Yeah.
Very much so, man. I'm stuck on CC Mandos. I just want to be like Arnold in Commando, where he pushes the truck down the hill and he's holding Sully out and he says, "Yeah, you said you killed me last."
I lied.
Yeah. When he throws the saw blade, chops the guy's head.
That is not close my favorite Schwarzenegger movie. Not even close. That includes all the Terminators, all of his big budget blockbusters. Commando is by far my favorite Schwarzenegger movie. Not even close.
Oh, man. Commando's so good, hey? It used to be my brother's favorite show when he was like 4.
It still should be. I bet you if he was to watch it again, he'd get just as much joy out of it. And that's why it's so much fun.
Hey, let off some steam, Bennett.
It's got like every Arnie one. It's got every Arnold meme in it.
Yeah.
It's just in one movie, and the movie itself is just amazing.
Except the well, you know what? I think all the one-liners from Terminator and Terminator 2 have like transcended memehood because they've infiltrated into other movies, right?
Yeah.
Commando is missing, "You are one ugly motherfucker." It's missing that one. It's missing that one. That one's from Predator, but it's got every other one.
I'll bet you that was a deleted scene. He probably said it to, instead of let off some steam, Bennett, he probably said, "You are one ugly motherfucker," after he stabs him with the steam pipe.
It's just Arnie sweaty in the jungle with like face paint and mud on him.
Yeah.
And they just like, "Hey, we had this recycled scene from Commando. Can we use it in Predator?" "Yeah, sure." "Sure. Do I get royalties on it?" "Yeah, sure." Oh, man. Joe will have some of those pictures or whatever up on the screen. You know why? Because we respect Joe, and I'm wearing a green shirt that I didn't test against the green screen, so we're just gonna make it easy.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of places that we could be in my brain on my way here, and then when I saw that we weren't going to be filming on location today, I immediately forgot the list. So it worked out.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so we're here. We've got a patron to thank.
Okay.
A Patreon supporter who went to patreon.com/CCO Podcast and wanted to support the show, maybe become a CC Mander.
CC Mando.
CC Mando, yeah. CC Mando. And, of course, Discord access. They can have some CCO stickers, Brando token altar, or proxy, whatever they so choose.
I meant to say this last week, but I forgot. The last wave of CCO Brando tokens that were sent out, I included a special bonus of my custom curled, super faded, super terrible diamond mana rocks that I've been working on.
That you've been working on.
Kyla has like that little greenhouse box on the desk, and it's humid in there. So I took all my foil diamonds from my Commander Legends, and I put them all in there so that they'd curl even more. So they're the curliest of curled cards.
They won't even get through like the envelope sorter at the mail place.
They did actually open the opening on the hard sleeve of the top loader. It did make them a little wider.
You could stack them like
Pringles.
Converse, and make a suspension spring out of them.
Yes. I'm very excited for people to get those.
Oh, good.
So that's something to be excited about. And I still have a couple more. So,
yeah, hop on over to Patreon and get your curly old thingies.
Yes. Your virtually unplayable diamond.
More importantly, though, is the Discord community access and, of course, the CCO nickname.
Oh, the benefit is the CCO nickname, yes.
So I've got thing here.
Okay.
I've got an idea for this name. This is patron supporter Christopher Lundholm. But Christopher, not spelled with a PH like the regular English way of spelling it like we normally see.
What?
It's Christopher with an F.
What?
I want to call him Krista F.
Christ Effer.
Christopher. Oh, yes. You got there. See, that's how great minds think.
Yeah, they're alike, sort of.
And they build off each other. They lift each other up and support each other.
That's right.
Like we're supporting Christopher.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Christopher, welcome.
Yeah, and F you.
Oh, very much so. Now,
Biznatch.
Biznatch.
Ooh, can I tell a game story too?
Oh,
You
sure.
told the game story? Real fast. So I was playing my AV Snake Ooze Storm Tribal deck on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I had on the turn that I won the game, I went Genesis Wave for 14, got a Timeless Witness, got my Genesis Wave back, Genesis Wave for 13, and then I had this huge mountain, and we're trying to figure out all the stuff, we're resolving all the triggers, getting all the stuff, doing all the things, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to cast my commander and get this huge storm, because I have 35 creatures now in all this land.
Yeah.
Storm was 2.
Oh.
So it was way less impressive. But it was pretty funny, because we were all counting things, trying to figure out what the storm count was, and the one guy's like, you played 2 spells. Bless you.
Sorry, everybody who's wearing headphones. I looked as far away from everything as I could.
It's like, yeah, you played 2 things, man. You're...
Get wrecked.
Yeah.
No.
And then I just had to, limp through trying to win that game. It was bad, but I did it. I was really banking on getting a lot more ooze tokens than I got. But it was fun. I love games that are fun.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, that's why we're here. That's
why we're playing.
That's what we do.
All right, now,
Biznatch.
onward and upward.
Biznatch.
Yes.
Podcast Biznatch. Last week's winner for guessing Go Shinte Life's Origin was the commander that we...
What the hell is that?
It's the Green Shrine Mander.
Oh, yeah.
Because now Green can Shrine and Green can Graveyard get her backer because it's Wooburg.
Yeah. Of course they can.
Could be totally real name. James Group is the winner.
Like group like the fish, or group like a gang of people?
Like a gang of people.
That's cool.
A group.
That's neat.
James Group, yes.
They might actually be spelled the same, like a grouper, like the fish.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that James might have won before, a long time ago.
And we talked about that fish.
Yes.
Joe, put a picture of the fish in between us, please.
It's like the blobfish, right?
Like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool looking. So
Perfect, yeah.
Put one up there, it'll be fun.
Yeah, if he ever becomes a patron, he's going to be James Blobfish. That's what his name's going to be. I've already decided.
James Pooper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
We might have to take a vote.
Jimmy Poop.
Yeah. Okay, so commandercookout@gmail.com. You let us know if you want a stinky old onion booster pack or maybe some CCO sticker pack. I'd love to say dice, but we don't have any left because they all went to the Kickstarter. So, yay.
That's a great problem to have.
Yes.
I think. It's a fantastic problem for us to have.
Yeah. Except I don't have dice. or I kept a couple for myself, but I don't got that many.
Yeah, I kept 8.
A cube?
Yeah.
8.
Well, enough to make life out of.
Yeah, you put 5 on 40. That's why we did packs of 8. Is you put 8 of them on 5 and it makes 40, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So 2 dudes, Brando and Ryan.
Well, that's us.
Yeah.
Oh, this is exciting. Okay.
Hey,
what are we up to?
How's it going? We are gonna not review Kamigawa Neon Dynasty.
Yeah.
But we are gonna talk about some stuff regarding or with regards to
correct
Neon
Dynasty. Yeah.
Dynasty. Yes. Okay, so hey, you got a Super Bowl prediction? It'll be over by the time people watch this.
Now, I know,
quickly, because we got lots to cover. Not cover.
I'm hoping that the Cincinnati Bengals win. Because, I think he's a first round pick quarterback or something in his second year. So, he's super new.
Yes.
And that'd be really cool to see him win. I don't think the Bengals ever won a Super Bowl. So, they're the way long shot. And I think that would be really cool.
Have the Bengals won a Super Bowl?
And they have really cool helmets. So, I hope that they win. Just on those things. As a sports fan, I'm hoping that they win. But if the Rams win, they're the hometown team, and I think it'd be really cool to see a hometown team win a Super Bowl.
That happened last year.
Well, yeah, but I didn't watch it.
Oh,
so
you are going to watch this one?
I'm going to have it on in the background. I had a stream with EDH Daddy Sheldon Menery on the Geeks, so we'll see how that went. But I'm going to have it on over here so that I can see it. I'll probably catch the end of it, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for the game though.
I'm excited for the halftime show. I'm excited for the Rings of Power commercial that we're going to get. I'm excited to watch my favorite player, Von Miller, back from when he was a Bengal. My favorite quarterback, Matt Stafford, and not since he became good with the Rams. No, I liked him when he was fucking shitty with the Lions, when he got drafted, and I lived in Calgary and watched football all the time. Matt Stafford. I like Aaron Donald just because he's like the best player in the league. So go Rams. But also, yeah, the underdog story, the second-year quarterback winning a Super Bowl. This is like the second time ever that a second-year guy or whatever got to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, for like a non-enfranchised fan, I think this is going to be exciting no matter how it turns
out.
And
the halftime show is going to be fucking bumping.
Off the hook.
Yeah, it's going to be so sick. Everybody in their 30s is like, yes!
Just hearing what some of the people had to say after the announcement of who was going to play, I feel like the acts are going out there with like something to prove, right? So like, it's going to be
because Eminem and Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z, who's producing it, like they have anything to prove at this point.
Yeah. But they've never had like the whole halftime show is just, it's going to be, we're talking about it in the future and it's already happened if you're listening. I think it's going to be kick fucking ass.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Speaking of awesome.
Oh, good segue.
Kamigawa.
Yes.
Got some good shit.
Very good shit.
Good stuff. We've got new abilities. We've got, what do the notes say here? New abilities, cool creatures, big stuff, good lands. We're going to talk a little bit about the showcase frames and lands and stuff. Is this going to be regarded as a true classic set? And if so, for what reasons? Like, example. Okay. A just question, my liege.
Okay.
If I say OG Zendikar, like mainstay, one of the best limited formats of all time. Why? Because it was so punch you in the mouth aggro, and that was fun. And you could get lots of games in, and you knew how to draft it because draft damage is what you did, right? The same is true for like Innistrad. So flavorful, so deep, so rich, because it was like the first on-the-nose, top-down set that was like so refreshing for people.
Sure.
Because it felt familiar, even though it was brand new. Kamigawa, this is a revisit to a block, and it's designed for EDH. Do you think it's going to have like that feel years later?
No.
You don't think? Why not?
Because I think that this one was a little bit too... Like, when you compare it to Crapagawa, as we call it, think of all of the just off-the-wall, crazy, kooky stuff that you still look back that you can only get in Kamigawa. There's so many things that just haven't been revisited that weren't revisited in this set, and I think that they kind of went a little bit safer. You know what I mean? They brought back ninjutsu. Everybody likes ninjutsu.
And we knew that was going to be a thing.
Didn't have a bunch of, like, crazy spirits that don't do a bunch of stuff. We just... Like, to just do a bunch of crazy shit. We just have ones that do stuff. It's just another set that's good for Commander. And I just think it's going to eventually get lost in the shuffle.
You think
unless
so?
you really liked the mech suits and jet bikes, is my kind of thought. Like, there's nothing here that like blows my mind so much that I'm going to go back to it one day and think, oh, man, I definitely want to build that Commander from... Like after our conversation last week, which you can watch... anytime on YouTube or anywhere else you get better podcasts, were any of those legends ones that you think you're going to look back on 5 years from now and think, man, that was the...
You know what? When you say it like that...
Because you can still go back to Kamigawa and find a creature that is unlike any other creature that's ever been printed since and build some kind of crazy-ass deck out of it.
Yeah.
And you're not going to get that
You know what feels like that to me is Commander 11, where you say, you know what... I want to build Kalia. I know that for a long time everybody wanted to build Kalia of the Vast, but you know what? This demon and this angel, now that they've been printed like 20 years later or whatever, I'm going to build Kalia. I'm going to go back and do it now.
Yeah.
Commander 11 feels like that, like the Mimeoplasm.
Yeah.
I want to build Mimeoplasm, Dinosaur Tribal in Sultai colors because he has a T-Rex for an arm.
Hell yeah.
This Kamigawa does not feel like that.
No. I don't think it does.
And maybe we have like memory bias where we're like, oh, remember how awesome it was when Commander 11 came out and it was like, oh, they made this for us. And we weren't on the boat of they're ruining our format because they're giving us the stuff we want. We weren't really, well, you probably were, but I wasn't. I wasn't on that boat. So when I think back to it, I feel a certain way about Commander 11. Like, look at up here if you're watching on YouTube. That's a Commander 11 precon right there. That's the Animar one. That was a Christmas gift from our friend Aaron.
Yeah.
It's right there. And I don't think that there's going to be any Kamigawa precons on the wall behind us is maybe what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All of that notwithstanding, we've got configure. That's like improved equip because you can unequip and it becomes a creature.
Yeah.
So that's cool. You cast it and it's a creature. You can equip it and it is not a creature. You can unequip it and it becomes a creature again. Similar to bestow.
It's like equipment and bestow at the same time.
Yeah, because a creature dies if it had something bestowed onto it. That bestow falls off and becomes a creature itself.
And except with this one, you can re-stow it. That was terrible. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There's the door. There's the window. Okay. Vehicles back.
Yeah, vehicles are back.
And I think they very much pumped up vehicles like big time, right?
You think?
The battery on the camera is going to die.
Well, you better plug it in.
I'm going to.
Got there.
There we go. Got there. They revisited vehicles, which is cool. They beefed them up.
Yep.
Which is cool. Channel. This is an ability that we saw in
original
Kamigawa?
I think so, yeah.
And then we saw it again in Time Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
With no, that was Grandeur.
Was it time?
We probably saw it in Time Spiral.
Yeah, it was probably a couple of cards with channels. Yeah.
If a card that has channel is in your hand, you can pay a mana cost and discard it to get some effect. Mm-hmm. And what's so powerful about channel, uncounterable, because it's actually an activated ability.
Yeah, so I mean, you can stifle it, I guess. But, yes. I mean, those effects aren't as common as your everyday counterspell.
Yes. Yeah, so that's cool. We'll probably look at that. Ninjutsu, we covered Ninjutsu in our Satoru Umezawa episode a few weeks back. You can find that on the channel.
Yep.
The Planeswalkers feel really good.
Yep.
There's one for sure. There's double-sided Saga cards.
Yeah, those ones are... We're going to talk about a couple of those that are doing a disservice.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll save it for that then.
I'm not lit up about them, but I'm disappointed.
And
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
The last thing that I wanted to touch on that we might see cards for is modified. Modified. It's I think we covered it in the legendary review, right? Yeah. Counters, +1/+1s, if it's equipped.
Or it's enchanted.
Your
creature is now modified. I think there's another one. It's like it's so safe. Old Kamigawa didn't have safe things. It had spells that once you cast them, you couldn't cast any other spell for the rest of the game. That's insane! And they didn't do any of that insanity here. They'd be like, well, enchantments and equipments and +1/+1 counters are everywhere. Let's build something that has to do with that. It'll be so ubiquitous. You can play them everywhere. Sweet. You know, and that's the downside.
They just went for they went for like just general people will like these as opposed to very pointed. This is for this person.
Yeah, and I think this was a set where they could have really gone.
I think so.
Like pinpoint stuff with an overarching like here's some stuff that's good, and then just have a few more just very pointedly unique cards. And
I think the how do I say this? I think that they did make it pointed in that if you like, for example, I like all the vehicles that came out. I want to build another vehicle deck because I just like vehicles. And they gave me like 27 more vehicles.
Cool.
That's great. And if I was going to like take the best vehicle that was in Kamigawa, it's not like it just goes into any deck.
True.
It is a very specific kind of card and thing that card wants to accomplish. But I don't know. I guess we'll look at it. We'll look at a few in a sec. I do want to say that they missed an opportunity.
Oh,
and maybe it's because they did bestow, and that's the equipment thing, and we've already got some new equipment kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They missed their opportunity to make a vehicle equipment because they could have done it. Mm-hmm. I don't think that there's any like rules hurdles that they have to jump through. Artifact, vehicle, equipment, where it's just like a scooter.
Ashnod's roller skates.
You can hop on a scooter. Scooter was in my head because you can hop on the scooter and get to where you're going, hop off the scooter, pick it up, and swing it like a bat and hit somebody with it. So it's both an equipment and a vehicle. And they missed it.
Huh.
We'll maybe see it in the future. You're welcome, Watsy.
Yeah.
Should we move over to some cards?
Yeah, I guess we can talk about some cards.
Yeah, let's card it up. Okay, so we're back. We've got white cards in front of us and not so many cards that we want to talk about in white.
Well, that's good because usually we spend all of our time on white and blue and we don't have any time for red and green or land or anything when we get to the end of these. So we can just blast through white and be happy with it.
Yeah, speaking of blasting, I want to blast farewell to our boy. But more than that, I want to pay white 4, choose one or more.
Or more.
Or more.
Or more.
You can choose each if you'd like. Exile all artifacts, creatures, enchantments, graveyards.
That's merciless eviction, sort of, except with more modes. And easier to splash into other decks because it only has one color.
And you can choose more of them.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
You could be blowing people out big with that.
Very much so.
That's a cool card. It's a cool sweeper, and I think we're going to see it. And it costs 6, so I don't think it's unfair. I think we're going to see some play out of that one.
Yeah, that's a dang old good card. If anybody wants me to alter those, you just get at me. We'll fix them up good if anybody needs.
Yeah. Every Thursday on our Facebook page also.
There you go. Light pause. Talked about that last week.
Did.
That's the advisor. Moving on. I think that everybody on every real set review is going to talk about Lion Sash because it's the
Scavenging Ooze but white.
Yeah, Scavenging Woos. Whitening Ooze.
Scavenging Woos.
What did I call the equip thing? Did I call it reconfigure or did I just call it configure?
Configure.
Isn't
reconfigure?
It's
reconfigure.
It's reconfigure.
I think it's reconfigure. You said.
Whatever I called it, it's reconfigure.
Yes, it's reconfigure.
Okay, so 1/1 for 2, equipment, cat, white, exile a card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on Lion Sash, or equip creature gets +1/+1 for each counter on Lion Sash.
Cool.
Yeah. And you can find that with like Open the Armories and Steel Shaper's Gift and Stoneforge Mystic. So all those cards are now creature tutors. Because Lion Sash and things of that ilk. I think that's super good.
That's a cool creature. I like that one. And by creature, I mean card, I guess, because it's a creature and it's an equipment and it makes everything better. That's just a cool-ass card.
Yeah, very much so. You know what I wish, and we got a lot of it, but I wish that we got more art like on Lucky Offering. Sorry for the people that are just listening to the cast. It's very traditional Japanese looking art.
And it's got a cat on it.
Yeah, and the card is good if it was an instant. It's white for a sorcery. Destroy target artifact with 3 or less mana value. Gain 3 life.
It's fine.
It's fine. I wish it was an instant though.
Yeah, well, it's white, so what do you want?
Yeah. Are any of those March cards? There was a cycle of March cards where you could exile cards from your hand to make the X component cost less. Are any of those good?
I didn't really like them.
Those are a throwback to the shoals, right?
Yes.
Where you can exile one card to make it X less.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. These are exile any number of cards to make it 2 less for each.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't think any of them were spectacularly amazing, to be perfectly frank and honest.
They let you cheat, right? They let you use cards for mana, which is traditionally cheating.
Yeah.
Which I love to do and makes me think they're probably powerful and we'll see them, but I don't know. I'm not going to talk about any of them.
We'll go in white, exile my whole hand, destroy a bunch of artifacts or enchantments.
I guess I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, or you could just play Farewell and pay 6 and just one card and get them all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to the art on Repel the Vile.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Fantastic. We should see more art like that. Looks like traditional fantasy right out of a D&D book. Love that. Shout out to all the Doggo Boys. Again, just like last week.
Yeah.
For a Spirited Companion, which I think is a good card.
The Elvish Visionary in white, and it's got a really cute picture of a dog on it.
And it's an enchantment, so it's a creature and an enchantment, so it takes advantage of both sets of cards that care about those and or can blink those to draw you cards.
Neat.
Very good. Very good addition. The Wandering Emperor, one of the best cards in the set. We're going to just skip right over it.
It'll be on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. It does all kinds of things. It saves things. It's the Wanderer.
It's got Flash. She's Newsflash. She's the Emperor of Kamigawa. That's who she was. It wasn't Emrakul.
Which it might still be Emrakul.
Could be Emrakul. Yeah.
Probably isn't though. Blue cards.
I was gonna make a dirty joke there. Something about tentacles. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Let's just keep going, Ryan.
Is your blue cards? Discover the Impossible is a card that everybody's talking about because it's just like, look at cards, pick the best one, you can cast it. If you don't cast it, you can draw it. It's a pretty good card.
It's fine.
I want to find stuff that not everybody's talking about.
Well, remember we talked about it earlier in the show. Most of this, like, it's not like everything is remarkable. There's a few remarkable glowing spots, and the rest of it's just kind of like, yeah, this is fine. It'll draw you some cards. It'll gain you some life. It'll do what your deck wants to do. And then you just move on ahead, right? Like, that's what I was saying. That's why it's...
Okay, well, here's a fairly pointed card. Here, I got one.
Hit me.
Essence Capture.
Okay.
Peep this. Blue, counter target creature spell.
Cool.
It's fine. It's not as good as counter spell. Might not be as good as, like, Essence...
Essence Scatter?
Essence Scatter? Is that it? Remove Soul. Remove Soul.
There you go.
Yeah, remove Soul. But... put a +1/+1 counter on up to one target creature you control.
Ooh, so you counter a creature and modify one of your creatures.
Yeah, straight into fucking Bruvac beats. Probably cut a mana drain.
Oh, for sure. Of course you do.
Easy cut a mana drain so Bruvac can deal 100% more damage, as you like to say.
Yeah.
Goes from 1 power to 2 power.
It's 100% more.
Worth it.
Absolutely
Instead of a 21-turn clock, it's an 11-turn clock.
Yo, man, that's a...
Hey, when Bruvac's trying to go like 16 or 17 turns in a game, hey, 11-turn clock is pretty good.
Yeah, better than 21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first vehicle, do we talk about the 6/6 for 4 that Cruise 3?
I guess. That's it.
That's it.
That's what the card does.
100%.
Yeah, keep going, Ryan.
Okay. As in move on because there's no other text on the card?
That's right.
Other than flavor?
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay, here's a thing. Here's a not set review thing. How do you feel about mechs in Magic? And I'll extend the question to include guns, because mechs usually come equipped with guns.
Guns and missiles. I don't have a real issue with it. Remember, what was that card, Void? Where, like, Urza had a mech suit?
Yes.
So, like, they've been around, and it's not like they're Gundam robots.
Well, this is literally a Gundam robot. Look at the picture of it.
Does it have a laser sword? Does it have Gatling guns on its head?
Ooh.
Does it have, like, stealth capabilities and a drill arm that shoots off and a little knife that pops out of its wrist?
Probably not.
Is it an allegory to the 3 beats of war? The never-ending cycle of human conflict?
Whoa.
Right? See, I went deep there. But, like, when I say Gundam robot, I think people kind of get what I'm saying. And I don't think any of them are Gundam enough for them to not look like they should be present in this set. So I don't have an issue with them. I'm fine with it. And besides, mech suits are awesome. If I had the opportunity to have a mech suit, I would have a mech suit.
Yes.
Like, no questions asked. Brando, you want a mech suit? Yes.
Yes.
And that's the end of the conversation. I would then procure said mech suit.
Yes.
Then that's it.
So you're okay with this?
Absolutely.
So when we go to Warhammer 40K, you're okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. I mean, if I don't like it, I'll not look at it.
It's a good way to not see things that you don't want to see. Don't look at them.
Yeah,
There's the CCO life lesson of the day. You don't want to see something? Don't look at it.
Yeah.
Ryan and Brando, it's everywhere. Close your eyes. It's easy.
Yeah, find something else to look at. That's fine.
Look at easy. Okay, Mind Link Mech. Here we go. This is the mech.
Okay.
This is 4/3 vehicle for blue 2, flies, cruise for 1.
Ooh.
Crew this with your Llanowar Elf.
Okay.
Crew this with your Dryad Arbor or your Kobold token. Oh, and it can't crew it with a Kobold token.
No, I can't crew it with a Kobold token.
Crew with literally anything except a Kobold token.
Yes.
Whenever Mind Link Mech becomes crewed for the first time in each turn, because you can crew on any turn and multiple times per turn, until end of turn, Mind Link Mech becomes a copy of target non-legendary creature that crewed it this turn, except it's a 4/3 and it's a vehicle and it has flying.
Neat.
So you can just make this a copy of whatever crewed it. I'm sure that if we had 2 of the same card in Commander, that probably leads to some kind of combos.
It probably does.
It probably does.
Yeah, we'll think of it eventually. But, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I was stalling just because I didn't want to jump too quickly into the next card.
Oh, I know that you want to talk about this next card the most. I know that you do, and so does everybody else. Just read it.
Best card in the set.
Obviously.
4 Crab Tribal. This is Mirror Shell Crab, the 5/7 artifact creature crab for blue 5.
Oh.
Blue 5 for a 5/7. Got Ward 3.
It's pretty good.
Ward's back, evergreen.
Yep.
If something targets it that our opponents control, it gets countered unless they pay 3 extra.
Neat.
That's what Ward 3 means. It's got Channel. This is our first instance of.
Yep.
Channel, blue 2, discard Mirror Shell Crab, counter target spell or ability unless its controller pays 3. So it gives whatever thing Ward 3.
Yeah. So, I think that's cool. I think it's a versatile and interesting card, and I'm looking forward to you try and pay 7 to bring it into play.
Probably will.
Yeah.
Probably will.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Or I'll discard it and then I'll get it back with like a Patriarch's Bidding or something. That works too, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay. Any other blue cards? How about Planar Incision? Ooh. Exile target artifact or creature, then return to the battlefield under your control with a +1/+1 counter on it for blue 1. It's got Jin Gitaxias coming out of a dragon's mouth. That's the art. I got to throw it out to the art on that one.
Sure.
I got to throw it.
It's whatever. It's a card that blinks things. It's fine.
Yeah. I guess it's long line of things that blink things in blue, right?
Yeah, there's several of those. It's another one. If you're looking to do that, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and it says under its owner's control, so you don't even keep it.
Yeah.
If you stole it, then you got to give it back.
Yeah.
And it's bigger.
Yeah.
So I guess play Ghostly Flicker.
Yeah.
Because you get to keep it with that one, right?
Yeah. Or just play Mind Control.
Also that.
Or that Phyrexian one that gives it Infect, too. Play that one instead.
Oh, yeah.
That's better.
Yeah. You ever enchant your own guy with, what is it, Corrupted Conscience?
Yep. And yes, of course I have.
Yes. Yeah. You enchant your own guy, give him Infect. Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh? This guy's good, isn't he?
He's back, yeah. Tez is back. He's doing things. He still has a weird arm.
Yeah. He's a Tezzeret Planeswalker, 4 mana, 4 loyalty. First activated ability of an artifact you control costs 2 less to activate. It's pretty good.
Cool.
You can untap your Grim Monoliths and your Basalt Monoliths for cheap now.
Yeah, your Mana Crypt, I guess. If you got one of those, you can untap it for cheaper.
No, that's not an activated
ability. It's a triggered ability.
Yeah.
Terrible.
+1, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard an artifact. That's Thirst for Knowledge.
Yep.
-2 is target creature becomes an artifact. That's 4/4. Sure, you vehicleize something.
Sure.
That's fine. And -6, this is a good one. -6, you get an emblem with whenever an artifact you control becomes tapped, draw a card.
Jeez.
Yeah, you remember that Basalt Monolith that I was talking about that just can tap and untap itself infinitely?
Yeah.
You get the emblem, you draw your whole deck.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And this guy with a doubling season will allow you to do that immediately.
And keep him.
Yeah. Also is true with new Vorinclex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
It's a good card, yeah.
That's a good guy. You 4 mana for a Thirst for Knowledge that discounts your first artifact ability.
Yeah.
Like Thirst for Knowledge costs 3. This
Yeah.
is just 1 more, but you get a discount on something else.
It's pretty good.
That's good. And then, that's a good card.
It's a very good card.
Okay, on to black.
On to the black cards.
Our first guy.
Oh, yeah.
This is our first dude eating a big old bowl of soup with chopsticks.
And ghosts.
Fucking ghost chopsticks, Dockside Chef.
I like it.
Now, are you camp? This is just a great card. I love them. Or are you camp? They ruined the Dockside prefix by printing a shitty card.
No.
Have you heard any of that rhetoric?
I sure haven't. And I'm glad I haven't. Because this card is fun. It's got a dude eating soup with ghosts. It's a good card.
Give it a read.
Dockside Chef is a 1/2 human citizen.
Hey!
Citizens make a return for black with cool art. It has black 1, sack an artifact or a dude, draw a card.
Black 1, sack an artifact or a dude, draw a card.
It's cool, man.
You're putting that into Toxtrol.
I sure am.
Because you sacrifice a slug and get a card.
F slugs.
I am putting that straight into Lord of Tressorhorn because F all my own dudes. and you know what the other reason it's going straight into Lord of Tressorhorn is?
Tell me.
Is because for the freaking life of me, I cannot find a foil vampiric rites. I just can't find one. And this is actually a creature. So in a pinch, if I have to sacrifice him to something like a Village Rites, Costly Plunder, or Lord of Tressorhorn, I can sacrifice him. as well.
Cool.
And I can get him back with like Graveyard Reanimation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good all around.
That's just a cool card. I like that lots.
Yeah.
Of course, it's an uncommon, so it's going to be ridiculously hard to find.
What? Is that sarcasm?
No.
Oh.
In foil, I mean. Because, like, you get lots of foil commons, lots of foil rares because of the collector packs.
Oh.
Playable foil uncommons are actually still tough to find.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I suppose so. What else you like in black?
I like Gravelighter.
This is a good card. Yeah.
I mean, it's another one of the... It's a... What do you call that? Merciless Executioner, Plague Crafter. It's another one of those. But it's a 2/2 with flying for black 2. Comes into play. You draw a card if another creature died this turn. And if another creature hasn't died this turn, each player sacks a creature. So it's like a modal Merciless Executioner.
Yeah, you can sculpt when you cast it.
Yeah.
If something died, we draw a card. Right? I read that right? If something died, we draw a card. If something didn't die, something's going to die.
A bunch of stuff dies, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That is a good one.
And it's got neat art. I like the green on black with the purple.
Oh, green and purple shouldn't go together, but in my mind, they just look so good together.
Yeah, they shouldn't, but they do.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Okay. This is part of a cycle. We didn't read the blue or the white one. The white one is just Zombify, but better.
Sure.
A white card better than a black card at the same mana cost? That does the same thing?
Yeah, but it's like white.
White. Yeah. Well, this is black, 1. Well, it's 4 blacks and 1. Sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. If they can't, they lose 2 life, and you draw a card. Then repeat this process for an enchantment and a planeswalker.
That's pretty good.
So, it's called Invoke Despair. You get, best case scenario, your opponent loses 6, we draw 3.
Yeah.
Or is best case scenario like, I get your planeswalker, you lose 4, and I draw 2.
I think best case scenario is you kill their planeswalker or their enchantment that's being a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And then they lose 4 and you draw 2.
So they have to sacrifice a creature, an enchantment, and a planeswalker. For every one they can't, they lose 2 life. Mm-hmm. And we draw a card.
It's a pretty good card.
That's a cool card.
Yeah.
I like the juxtaposition.
Probably play that in Turgid too.
Yeah.
They just keep printing stuff for Turgid. Card of the year. I'm telling you.
It was card of the year.
We were right.
21 card of the year. You're right. What else in black? Where else are we going? I didn't have a whole ton in black that I want to talk about other than like those like Dockside Chef and Invoke Despair, because it was mostly rats and ninjas, and I'm not into really either of those things. There is one other one, though. This is Reckoner's Bargain. This is just a straight-up upgrade to Costly Plunder.
Yep.
Which, now I need this in foil for Lord of Tressorhorn, and I already play Village Rites, and I already cut something else because Costly Plunder was better than that.
Right.
This is Reckoner's Bargain, black 1, instant, additional cost, sacrifice an artifact or creature, gain life equal to the sacrificed permanent's mana value, draw 2 cards.
That's very good.
That's just a dang-ass good card.
And look at what's happening in the art there. Like, what is that Oni doing to that ghost?
I don't know, probably some...
Like, that is overtly sexual in nature.
I was going to say probably some hentai shit.
Yeah, like that is some sexual stuff that's happening on that Magic the Gathering playing card. Let's talk about one of these cards that makes me so sad, Ryan.
Sure.
Let's talk about a sad card. Sadness card. Tribute to Hirobi.
Oh, it's a sad tribute.
You knew I was gonna talk about this. You knew I was. So it's an enchantment saga for black 1. Chapters 1 and 2. Each opponent gets a 1/1 black rat creature.
Sure.
So, like, sweet. Then for chapter 3, you exile it and return it to play Transformed.
And this is the first instance of Transform double-sided saga. They all, upon chapter 3 completing, exile and return to the battlefield flipped over upside down.
As a tribute to some legendary creature from the first Kamigawa set.
Yes.
And people who have listened to our show for a long time will know that I'm a huge Hirobi Death's Wail fan. So I was excited to see what was going to happen with Hirobi in this set. And here's what I got. Echo of Death's Wail. 3/3 flying haste. When it comes into play, gain control of all rats.
Oh.
And whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature if you do draw a card.
Well, that's not terrible. It's got flying, so it can usually probably attack. And you can draw a card.
3 turns later, after you get... In what Commander game are your opponents not just going to attack the rats into each other? Like, just to get rid of them. Or chump block with them. Or, like... It's such a... It sucks. And it has nothing to do with what Hirobi did before.
That's the part that I take issue with. Because
Hirobi's not even a rat.
On some of them, I'm like, okay, I can see the connection. But this one has just nothing to do with Hirobi.
Yeah. Nothing. Like, Hirobi was such a unique card, and it warps games around it. It's so good, and it's so interesting, and so fun. And what you get as a tribute to it, as a rare even, is a thing that gives your opponent's chump blockers that you might get control of at some point. Mm-hmm. But probably not. Mm-hmm. It sucks. Mm-hmm. It's a disservice to a grand hero of our game. And that isn't even the worst one, because the worst one's coming up. The worst is yet to come.
We'll talk about that one, because there's a reason that it's like that. I just found another card in black that I want to talk about.
Okay.
Of course, there's black cards I want to talk about all day. I don't know how I missed this one. This is Return to Action. Instant for black 1. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains lifelink until end of turn. Oh, until end of turn. Mm-hmm. When this creature dies, return to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control.
Cool.
Alenda.
Yeah.
You give her +1, so you get 1 more vampire. She dies. She comes back immediately. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Alenda players are going to know all kinds of cards like that. Same with Gonti, because you get the ETB triggers, you get the die triggers. Yeah, that's just another one. Am I going to play it? Probably if I can find a foil one just randomly on the floor of an LGS. Yes, I'll pick it up, because I play that effect 2 or 3 times already. Sure. Okay. Red cards.
Red cards.
Here we go. Yeah.
But are there tons? I really like Explosive Singularity. I think that's kind of a cool card.
It reads a little bit Urza's Ragey.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
So red 8.
Red 8.
Oh, red 8. You know it's good. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may tap any number of untapped creatures you control. Costs 1 less for each creature you have tapped. Explosive Singularity deals 10.
10 is good.
10 is lots.
Last week you said 7 was not lots.
7 is not lots. 10 is lots.
10 is lots. You got to get double digits to be lots.
10 for 2.
10 for 2 is good.
Yeah, that's lots.
10 for 2 is good.
Yeah.
If you got damage doubler or tripler, 20 or 30 for 2, really good.
That's
really good.
Really good.
So I think that this just goes into decks that have damage doublers, like the decks that want this.
Exactly. It's a cool card.
It costs 10. I kind of wish it costed 11 so Obosh could play it. Because all the Obosh players are like, why?
That would be so cool. Yeah, I never even thought of that. Again, a missed opportunity for them to just print a crazy ass card that's like ridiculous, but also would just go in that one deck, right? They could have done those things, and it wouldn't even have unbalanced the card.
Yep. Lizard Blades.
Oh, yeah.
Lizard Blades, man.
For the same reason Lion Shawl was good, Lizard Blades is good. It's a 1/1 for red 1, double strike. And then equipped creature has double strike, and it reconfigures for 2, right?
It reconfigures for 2. And our other instances of double strike on equipments are Fire Shrieker, which costs more to cast and more to equip, and Grappling Hook.
Which costs much more to equip, and has a drawback too, doesn't it?
No, it's got like target creature must block this creature or something.
Okay.
It's like a come here.
Get over here.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. Which would fit in this set.
Yeah.
It's kind of Mortal Kombat looky some stuff. Anyways, Lizard Blades, I can't help but think like Scissor Blades, Scissor Sisters. I just can't help think of it. The alternate art one is really cute, which I don't really usually comment on, but it's a cool looking card.
Every so often, you even get Ryan with the cute.
Every so often.
Everybody gets one.
Every so often, Brando will comment on a thing, and then I'll have to rein him all the way back in. You know what I haven't had to do for a long time?
What's that?
Rein you back in when you're yelling at people to subscribe.
Oh.
You've tightened it up to which they fucking should be.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe next week we need a long rant as to why you should be subscribed. Because if you're not subscribed, you're not contributing to our 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which when we hit...
will be the best giveaway ever.
Yes.
Yeah, it might even include us blowing something up with an explosion.
Yes.
Explosions are awesome.
So subscribe.
Yeah.
Even if you don't watch on YouTube, which you should.
Because it's awesome.
Yes. Joe works hard and Tyler works hard. You should watch there. Even if you don't, just go and subscribe. It's easy. It's one button. Fuck, just do it. God, it's me. It's me now. That's
see, you're doing it.
Okay,
rein it back in there.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker is our second enchantment creature. Throwback to our boy Kiki Mirror Breaker. Chapter 1 is create a 2/2 red goblin shaman creature with whenever this creature attacks, get a treasure token.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. Chapter 2 is you may discard up to 2 cards if you do draw that many cards.
That's pretty good.
Also pretty dang good. And then on 3, you flip it over into what is ostensibly a 2/2 Kiki Mirror Breaker, except it costs 1 mana and tap in order to make a copy of a non-legendary creature, so it's a fixed Kiki Mirror Breaker.
That's what I was going to say. They fixed it because they added a mana component to the thing.
Yeah.
Is this the thing that you had issue with?
No.
This was the one that I was going to say, dude, they fixed it so you can't break it, and then they have to fucking ban it again. That's what I was going to say.
Dude, they dragged something in this set that was, I'm taking it personally. They dragged it so bad, I'm taking it personally.
They dragged it like Marty McFly got drug in Back to the Future 3?
They drug it like Biff got drug in Back to the Future 2, where he crashed into the back of that shit truck. That's Back to the Future 1. That's Back to the Future 1. When he crashed into the shit truck.
Oh, that's all 3. That's all 3.
Okay.
All 3 of them.
There. Yes.
They shit truck biffed?
Yes. They biff trucked me. Fuck. Oh, but we're going to get to that when we get to the things. Astute listeners will know which card I'm talking about there as well.
Oh, I don't even know.
Oh, it's going to be
very astute listeners will have to take note then, I guess.
The next Invoke thing, I think, is worth talking about. Invoke Calamity is really great. It's an instant for red, 4 reds and 1. You can cast up to 2 instants and or sorcery cards with total mana value 6 or less from your graveyard or hand, without paying their mana costs, and then you exile them instead, and you exile Invoke Calamity as well. So you get a 1 mana discount on some stuff, and you can get some of your cards back.
I think that's good. You get a 1 mana discount, which is not negligible, especially if you're like, one of the things is, and red decks want to do this, if one of those things is like Seething Song, or
Jeska's Will,
or something that's giving you mana already, and you're like, I'm going to get a discount on this, and then I'm going to make even more mana.
Yeah.
I think that's good. They really reined it in when they said up to 2. If they just said that you could cast them until you hit total mana value of 6, and you just cast like 1-drops and you get 6 cards out of your graveyard, man, that's not what it is. So
that isn't what it is, but it's cool. And again, the art is really cool. It's like a torch exploding, and then there's fire falling from the sky, and the fire is a bunch of knives and swords.
Ooh,
that's just neat, man. Yep. That's cool art direction right there.
Yeah, I do like it. Okay, let's keep going.
Continuing on.
Are we done red? Is there any other reds that you want?
Those were all the reds I had my eye on.
I like this Tawashi Song Shaper. It's just a fucking DJ. It's just like, hey, Kamigawa's a Coachella now. Yeah, pretty cool.
That's a neat card.
Of all the cards, I think green has the best.
Oh, green has the best.
Sure, the best art out of all of the colors. They've just got some really evocative pieces that are really nice, like Grafted Growth. That's actually a card that I'm going to play in my Enchantress lands deck.
Are you offended I'm using offended that Commune with Spirits doesn't get spirits? That's so stupid.
I didn't even think of it.
Give me a break. Come on.
Boseiju Reaches Skyward, Fade to Antiquity, both very nice pieces of art. Greater Tanuki. That's a 6/5 trampler for 6 that you can channel it to find a land. That's a good card.
Doesn't even turn to stone.
Tanuki's turn to stone?
Yeah.
Huh?
Didn't you play Mario Bros. 3? Tanuki Suit.
Oh, yeah.
The special thing that it does.
Yeah.
It looks cool and it turns to stone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going because you know what? Green is green.
I want to talk Roaring Earth. Because I like this card. It's got cool art on it. It's got like a bear and a lamp.
Oh, yeah.
Enchantment for green 1. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, so landfall, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control.
Okay.
So landfall, modify a dude, and it has channel, green, X, discard it, put X 1/1 counters on target. Land you control, it becomes a spirit with haste. So
that's fine.
I like that channel I'm not really caring about, but the landfall, I dig that. I like that. It's a cool little card with some sweet art on it, and I think it's going to see some play. I'm going to put it in my Driz Doerden deck.
Yeah. Do you play Craterhoof in that deck?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Too easy.
Yeah, that is too easy. I do appreciate a I don't play it, it makes it too easy mentality. Yeah. There's got to be a cleaner name for that, eh?
I see it, Ryan. I see it.
You see the card that you're pissed off about?
I see it.
What is it?
Tales of Master Seshiro.
Ruh-roh. They biffed you. Okay, let me give it a read.
Okay.
Let me give it a read. Oh, I clicked on something.
You clicked on something terrible.
Okay, no, that was a good card. We'll talk about that one next.
Yeah.
Okay, Tales of Master Seshiro. Saga enchantment for green 4, chapter 1 and 2. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. It gains Vig until end of turn.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Chapter 3.
Keep in mind this cost 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this costs 5.
So we get Vigilance on 2 bros. Okay. Exile it and return it transformed. Other side equals Seshiro's Living Legacy. Nice piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Seshiro, bunch of arms, bunch of knives and stuff.
Yep, snakes with arms.
Throwing down.
Mm-hmm.
Vigilance, haste, 5/5, snake warrior, enchantment creature.
What else does it do, Ryan?
In the times of strife, the foolish make a fist, while the wise make a friend. First address of Seshiro the Anointed to Broodmaster of the Orochi colonies.
That sounds a lot like flavor text, Ryan. That would indicate to me that that's all that card does.
Yes, a 5/5 Vigilance Haste. It is an enchantment creature, Snake Warrior. Relevant creature types and super types.
You remember Seshiro the Anointed?
Yes.
The 3/4 for green 4?
Gives all snakes +2/+2?
And every time a snake deals damage to a player, you draw a card? Remember that?
Yeah.
Also had his brood, his whole family, some of the most unique and interesting tribal creatures in all of Magic, and they tribute him with this piece of trash, virtually vanilla, mostly flavor text piece of crap.
That you will get only after 3 turns?
Yes! After 2 marginal abilities.
It is
marginal at best. We just talked about an enchantment that for 2 will do the same thing as this saga over and over and over again.
It is a 5/5 Vigilance Haste for 5.
In 3 turns? This card is the worst. And it is a disservice to snakes, snakes with arms, snakes with red hair, and more importantly, to me.
But mostly to you.
Mostly to me. I'm taking this card as a slight.
A slight.
Somebody at Watts, they said, yeah, that Brando at CCO, he keeps dunking on us.
Not only are we not going to give them preview cards anymore.
Yeah, we're also going to shit all over one of his favorite characters from this set.
Oh, man. That's fantastic.
Let's talk about a good card, Ryan. Let's talk about a good card.
Tamio Safekeeping.
That's a good card.
That's a good card. That is target permanent you control gains Hexproof and Indestructi, and you gain 2 life.
For 1 green.
That's pretty good. That's green counterspell. We call those Grounter spells.
Yep.
Grounter spell for a permanent you control.
Yeah. It's heroic intervention for 1 thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, the rate on heroic intervention, because it's all your things, for 1 more mana?
Yes, much better. Heroic intervention is a much better card, but heroic intervention is also many more monies, whereas this is a common and more accessible, and you can at least save that 1 really important thing.
Yeah. Is this the get your foil common of the set?
Yes.
This is the one?
Mm-hmm.
This is the $4 foil common?
I think so, yes.
Maybe. Teachings of the Kirin, that's the next card. Very nice art. On to the multicolors?
On to the multicolors.
Got a flying turtle. We got an artifact cost reducer, because, is it artifact cost reducers? They need more of those.
Definitely. Yep.
We've got a Gloom Shrieker, which is a cat beast. This card's actually, I think it's good. This is a 2/1 cat beast menace for green, black, 1. When Gloom Shrieker enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. And if it would die, exile it instead. So you can't.
Here's what I don't like about that card. It's a cat, and we've talked about how they just kind of print cats for the cat deck going on.
Yep.
It's black.
It's in the wrong colors.
It's in the wrong colors for the cat deck that they've kind of been soft supporting all these years. And if it had been just green 1, it would have just been a worse Eternal Witness. And that's fine.
And if it would have been green-white, they maybe would have limited it to, permanent card with CMC 3 or less, let's say.
Sure.
Which, sure, most cats aren't very expensive. You could have put this in Cat Tribal and been fine. But as it stands, I don't know, maybe in...
It's an interesting card.
Maybe in a year or two, we're gonna see Abzan cats. We're gonna see Catsan. Ab
Cat's ass.
Cat's ass, yes. Yeah. That's what we're gonna see.
Oh, let's talk about the monkey, Ryan. Let's talk about the fucking monkey.
Give him the monkey.
Invigorating Hot Spring is an enchantment for red, green, 1. Comes into play with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Modified creatures you control have haste. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Invigorating Hot Spring. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. It gives one of your creatures both sides of Riot.
Yes.
So that it's kind of... What's that enchantment that gives all your creatures Riot? Because it's that, but a little bit worse.
What the hell is that card?
It's on the screen.
It's on the screen.
Joe has it.
Yeah, it's from War of the Spark, right?
People are yelling at it right now. They're yelling at us.
Okay, well...
And this one has a fucking monkey on it.
Well, when you choose +1/+1 with that one, your guy loses his ability to have haste.
Right.
With that one, right?
Right.
Now he just gets haste back because you put a +1 on him, and he gets haste.
That's right.
Modified creatures you control have haste. Oh, well, wait a second.
And if your guy already gets a +1/+1 counter, then it'll have haste anyway. And if you equip something...
Oh, yeah, because you could remove the counters from this to put it onto a creature.
Yeah.
Only once each turn. That's fine. You're probably only going to play one creature a turn on turn 4 and 5 anyways.
Yeah.
This is good.
This is a cool card.
This is a good card, yeah.
And again, it's got a cool, like, just grumpy-looking monkey in a hot spring. Like, that guy just did a drive-by, and now he's
got to wash himself?
With, like, an Uzi or whatever, because that's what they do in, like, Tokyo Drift. And now he's just hanging out in a hot spring. And that's awesome. I like the art. I like the card. I like everything about that.
Okay, I like Jukai Naturalist. It's another enchantment cost 1 less with lifelink.
Sure.
We already have one of those. It's mono white. Here's another one, which if Izzet gets one, Selesnya can definitely have one because it's got white in it. It can definitely have more cost reducers.
Yes, the Enchantress colors can definitely have an Enchantress card. That's fine.
Hey, did we miss the clone vehicle?
That's in the Commander decks.
Oh, there's a clone vehicle in the Commander decks?
Yep.
Newsflash, it's good.
It's a clone that costs 2, that clones any creature your opponents control, and it's got crew 3 and loses all of its other types.
Man, I wish I could clone my own shit. Can't though, doesn't matter.
Yep, it'll be too good if you
We'll talk about your couple Commander ones after.
Yeah, we've got a couple of those.
Yeah. Tamio, Corrupted Sage. So here's the thing. We got Phyrexian mana back with Corrupted Tamio.
Right.
Which is, and it's the little, this is the funniest thing. The little Phyrexian mana symbols, because they're split hybrid Simic, are so tiny. So small. It's blue Phyrexian hybrid Simic, green 2. That's the cost.
Right.
5 mana, and they nerfed it. If you paid life to cast Tamio, she enters the battlefield with 2 fewer loyalty. So she enters with 3 loyalty if you cast her for 4 mana and 2 life.
I appreciate that.
I like do that too, because they know how strong Phyrexian mana is.
Yeah, they learned.
Yeah.
They learned, it turns out. Look at that.
+1. And she's got, they call that completed? They give it a name? I never noticed that before. They give that a name.
They give everything a name now.
Yeah, they give everything a name.
Yeah.
So she's completed, so she's shittier if she's completed, which is the opposite of what completing is. Makes it better. Missed opportunity. Okay, +1. Tap up to a thing, it doesn't untap. Sure.
Cool. Frost something.
Yeah. -X. Exile target non-land permanent with mana value X or less. Create a copy of it.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
That's pretty dang ass good.
I wish that this was red-blue and I could put it in Brutaclad. Oh.
Could we just copy our mana crypt?
Yeah.
We potentially taking more damage, but we make lots of mana.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good. Or a Mox Diamond or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mox Diamond wouldn't work because we didn't discard a land when we put it into play.
Oh yeah.
That
well, you could
work.
still.
Well, other Moxes that have Metalcraft.
Yeah, Sol Ring.
Sol Ring, yeah, but then you got a -1er.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of free stuff. Anyways, her -X is she creates a Tamio's Journal, right?
Yeah.
That spells you cast cost 2 less to cast and tap draw card.
Let me ask you a question, Ryan.
She creates a token that does that?
Why does that suck so much? Right? They have all these ridiculous emblems that essentially say non-interactable, win the game when you ultimate this Planeswalker. And they give this Phyrexian completed super duper Planeswalker the first emblem that you can just kill.
Well, it's not an emblem.
Well, yeah, but it does what an emblem would do, and you can just kill it.
Yeah, it doesn't say create an emblem that says your shit costs 2 less and draw an extra card at the start of your turn.
Yeah.
That's what this does, but it's an artifact.
Yeah, and that's what it probably
because
should.
she's got a journal, right? Like that Tamiyo's journal's a card. Maybe they're trying to say, hey, here's the journal that she's got the secrets in that the Phyrexians fucking have now.
Yeah.
They got the journal. So it had to be a thing. It couldn't just be this ethereal thing that doesn't exist in real life physically. Yeah. It needed to be the journal. This is the thing that the Phyrexians steal when they go back to Dominaria later this year. They're going to fuck shit up because they got all Tamiyo's good secrets and stuff.
It has to be a thing that you can kill for 1 mana with a fucking land.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
There.
Still a cool card. I still like that card.
Yeah. Okay. On to the colorless.
Yes.
Mother-ass Brute Suit. Brute Suit is a 3 or a 4/3 vehicle with Vig for 3. So it's a 4/3 vigilance for 3, which is good.
Yep.
Crew 1.
Also good.
Also good, yeah. Crew 1. Everybody's like, oh, you got to crew it. So you got to spend mana on the other thing, too. Don't care. You're still getting a good rate. Brute Suit.
Brute Suit's cool card.
Circuit Mender. This is another one that's going to go into Lord of Tressorhorn. This is a 2/3 insect for 3. ETBs gain 2 life. Leaves the battlefield, a.k.a. die, draw a card.
Ooh.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Are you excited about...
I like Ecologist's Terrarium. Which is kind of... I like the picture on it. It's got a little bonsai tree on it. It's an artifact for 2. Comes into play, search your library for basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand. So it's kind of like shitty Rampant Growth. And then 2 taps, sack it, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, activate as a sorcery. I just like that card. It's versatile. It gets you a little bit more ramp in any color.
Yep.
It's got a cool picture on it.
It fixes your mana. That's a mana fixture for limited, but if you're playing like a budget 5 color crab deck, maybe it goes in there. Crabs go in terrariums, and it gets me that 1 single plains card in my deck.
There you go. I think that one's cool. I think it's neat, and it'll find homes in lots of budget decks. Yep. And I'm a fan of that.
I like that. How about Mirror Box? The legend rule doesn't apply to you and permanents you control. It's a riff off of Mirror Gallery.
Yeah.
Yes. And then also, each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1. Each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control that has the same name. Fucking Petitioner beats, baby. Pramicon and the boys are getting back together. Oh, man, I can't wait. Can't wait. That's a good card.
That's a cool card. I do like that one.
Yes, it's Coat of Arms, but just for me.
Ooh.
It's me of arms.
And it doesn't cost... Does it cost 5?
Coat of me. There it is. It costs 3.
That's even better.
Yes.
That's very good.
Who am I kidding? I'm going to play both. And Shared Animosity.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fucking somebody's going to get a whole world of hurt.
You'll have to pick up some of those, too.
What about Mech Titan Core?
I like Mech Titan Core.
Give that one a read. That one's on your list. That's on your short list,
That's on my short shopping list. It's a 2/4 vehicle. Crew 2 for 2.
Hey.
5. Exile it and 4 other artifact creatures and or vehicles you control to create Mech Titan, a legendary 10/10 construct artifact creature token with flying vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste.
What's the best part of this card, though? Just keep going. Yeah, there's like 87 more lines of text.
The token is all colors. When that token leaves the battlefield, return to play all cards exiled with it except Mech Titan Core. And
so you get all your shit back.
Yeah, you get it all back.
Once it breaks apart, all the pieces are just like, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, it's like Voltron, where you turn it into this great big super robot, and the super robot falls down and dies, and all the pieces come back.
Yes.
It's awesome.
That is a cool card.
That is a very neat card.
I think it's going to go into Calamax vehicles.
It should.
Yeah.
It's a worthy place for it.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going to play it, but I'm going to find a home. I'm going to find somewhere where that card goes. I like that enough. I'm just going to find a place for it.
Yeah, you got to have artifacts.
I have decks with artifacts.
Yep.
I think.
Got to have those. Yep, that's a gooder.
That's a cool one. I like that one.
That's a gooder.
Onto the land?
Onto the land? Yeah, I mean, there's other vehicles that we could talk about, but...
They're just good vehicles, right?
Yeah, they're just vehicles, and everybody knows. Let's talk about these channel lands. These
oh my god.
Chan lands? Oh, got there.
Yeah.
Got there with the Chan lands.
Oh, man.
Okay.
These are the...
There's one in each color. They have channel something, something, something. Costs one less for each legendary thing you control.
Yeah.
Okay. The white one, people say is the worst, and it's fucking white, so it's the worst.
Of course it is.
Discard a Ganjo, Seat of the Empire. It's white 2, discard it, deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, costs one less for each legendary you control.
So hypothetically 1.
Hypothetically 1, probably 2.
Yes.
Probably 2. Worth noting that these get better in partner commander decks.
Yes.
This one is a removal spell, which isn't worth nothing. They don't come into play tapped.
Yeah.
Which is important.
You sacrifice nothing to play these in your commander deck.
Can you get these with the card Time of Need? I think that you can.
Yes.
Because that searches for a legendary card, right?
There's a legendary creature. It might be a legendary creature.
Legendary creature card. Damn it.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
You can get these with crop rotation. Oh, but crop rotation puts them into play.
Yeah.
Land into hand. Sylvan Scrying. Or is that play too?
Nylea's Intervention.
Is that any land into hand?
Yep.
Okay. Next one is...
The green one. Just do the green one.
Just do the green one?
Just do the green one. That's the one everybody's hard about.
Oh, man. Beseiju Who Endures.
Yeah.
Green 1.
Green 1.
That's disenchant.
Yeah. So green.
So green because we control our commander. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. That player searches their library for a land with a basic land type and puts it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Ooh.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good on a land.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good on a land. Removal spells on a land are always good. Removal spells that are good that cost 1 are always good. I don't know if that's the most chase card of the set, but I'll bet you we're going to see prices on that go fairly high and stay there.
Yeah, right now it's at 30 USD, which is like 980 Canadian.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I think that the blue one is good too. Atowara? The blue one.
Yeah. Soaring City.
Yes. Blue 3, so probably blue 2, because we have our commander.
Right.
Discard it. Return target artifact, creature, enchantment, or planeswalker to its owner's hand. So it's a bounce spell.
Neat.
That's good. Now, bounce for 4 or 3 or even 2. And not very good, but on a land, top deck this late game. Oh, fuck. Well, now I can get rid of a blocker or on your turn, bounce your attacker if I'm going to die.
And that's a very difficult thing to interact with as well. Like we talked about earlier, it's harder to counter those because it's an activated ability, not a spell.
Yep.
So you're going to bounce something and you kind of dodge counter magic with it.
Yeah. Next one is Sokenzen. This is Sokenzen Crucible of Defiance. Not defense.
Such a cool name.
Yeah, Crucible of Defiance.
I'm going to live there.
Red 3, so probably red 2. Discard it, create 2 colorless spirit creature tokens. That's good.
Get a pair of ghosts.
Get a pair of dudes. I'm going to put this right into Zada because it's a land that gives me dudes.
It's going right into Norin because it's a land that gives me dudes.
Yes, and in Norin, do you play more than one legendary creature, being Norin?
Yes.
I play 3 in my Zada deck. I play Zada, Burgi, and Rograk, the Kobold.
I can think of at least 2.
You play a Tali.
Yeah, I play a Tali. There's Kazul, Tyrant of the Cliffs, is in there too. I think the Santa artifact graveyard guy, whatever his name is. You know the guy.
Yeah.
He's on the screen too.
What the fuck is his name? We previewed him.
Yeah, he was a preview card for Time Spiral Remastered.
Oh.
He is also in there, so I could play this for 1.
Felden.
Of the third path.
Yes, Dana Roach of the third path.
Yes, we did it.
Yes.
Got there.
Yeah, like, I would, at 4 mana, I'm going to do it.
Yep.
At 3 mana is what it's going to actually be because I'm going to have Zada.
And you're still going to do it.
And I'm going to do it. And I could potentially get 2 power or 2 bodies, more importantly, for 1 mana.
For 1?
That's good. That's good. The black one, this is the last one, is mill 3 cards and then return a creature or planeswalker from your graveyard to your hand.
That's fine.
That's good because it doesn't come into play tapped. This could replace Mortuary Mire in people's decks.
Or it could replace a swamp because it doesn't come into play tapped.
Yes. But people who are playing Mortuary Mire, I think this is... I don't know if it's better. But it gets a Planeswalker. And it mills you, which is not negligible in decks that...
care about that stuff.
And that decks that play Mortuary Mire.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got even more lands. These are we're into the land section of the not review. We're going to lump basics and showcase frames and stuff into here too. But before we do, Mech Hanger. It's a land that crews your vehicle for you.
Nice.
Fucking sick. And Price of Progress is one of my main win cons in my Calimax Vehicles deck.
Right.
And I'm still going to play this card. Excellent card. Very good for vehicles. Adds 1 mana to cast a vehicle spell of any color.
Cool.
Another one that does that, Secluded Courtyard. Choose a creature type. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast spells of the chosen type. This is uncommon, not $90 Cavern of Souls. Without the countering bit.
Yeah.
Which is the important part. I get it. But this is a land that does what you want in tribal decks that still gives you mana like Ancient Ziggurat should, but doesn't.
Yes.
I think that this is better than Ancient Ziggurat in tribal decks.
Does Ancient Ziggurat come into play untapped?
Yes.
Yeah, you're probably right still.
But wait, there's more.
Oh my.
Roadside Reliquary. I think this card is going to see a fucking ton of play. This is a very important card. Taps for colorless, which is great.
Yep.
2, tap, sacrifice, so we can get it back with all the things that we get our lands back in our lands deck with, right? Sacrifice it, draw a card if you control an artifact, draw a card if you control an enchantment.
So we could draw 2 for 2.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yes, and over again in your Windgrace decks or your lands decks or your Crucible of Worlds decks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Crucible of Worlds and this.
Yeah, Muldrotha's going to love that, hey?
Yo, Muldrotha's going to love this. This is a good-ass card right there.
That is a cool card,
That's good. You got a land, though. What's your land?
Uncharted Haven.
And yes.
This is Evolving Wild / Terramorphic Expanse.
But you don't search.
Analog, and it's just quicker because you don't have to search your library. Comes into play tapped, taps for any color that you want. Cool. I like that, and I really like the picture. I'm specifically liking it for the picture. It's got a little deer on it, and he's hanging out in like a little swamp area. And
it's going to be a great foil.
That's going to look so cool in foil. I like that card a lot.
It's kind of Bob Rossi, but also Kamigawa-y.
Yeah.
It's Babagawa. Got there. Oh, man. Kama Ross. No, Babagawa.
Rossagawa?
Yeah. Okay, quick shout out to the non-Japanese regular-ass basics. There's a plains that looks really good. There's an island that looks really good. There's a swamp that looks really good. And both forests look really good.
The mountains are whatever.
The mountains are Kamigawa lands. Yeah, they're fine.
They're mountains.
But the regular basics look good, and I don't want to skip over those because everybody's super rock hard about these Japanese ones that have like the Japanese writing on them with the mana symbol below it.
Yeah.
Which are fantastic.
They are great.
You're gonna run these in Norn?
I've decided I'm gonna switch to the dragon one with the little fireballs. So if anybody opens those in foil and you want any other of these, whatever they're being called, lands, I will trade you for them. I need like 22 of them, and I won't open 22 of them. So if you're into trading, I'll probably have some of the rest of them, and we'll do some trades. We'll work something out.
Now, I know that the dragon with the fireballs is the one you're playing.
Yep.
Which one's your favorite? Is it that one?
The swamp with the little red lantern on it is my favorite one.
That's a good one.
By a lot. I really like that picture. I like the imagery of it. It reminds me
raining.
of Akira. Yeah, it's so cool, man.
You could have said anyone, and I would have said, oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. What's yours?
I think my favorite one is the island with the origami crane.
Well, those are neat.
That's a good one. I could have said anyone, right?
Yeah, because they're all good. You can't pick wrong with picking a favorite anything ever. Especially here, because they're all good. You can't be dissatisfied or disappointed when you look at any of these, because they're all really cool. And I'm so happy that Wizards did this with the basics, because they're so cool.
We called it.
We did it.
This is one of the things we said we wanted in our top 5 for 2021. This is one of the things we wanted.
We want wild basics that are just cool.
Yeah. I hope that Joe has them on screen. Let us know in the comments below which one's your favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the first thing we've asked you for so far in the comments below, so make sure you do it. On to, let's just lump everything into Showcase.
Okay.
I'm going to call Borderless Planeswalker Showcase. These are...
They're fine.
These are anime style? Is that what this is?
I think so, yeah. They're kind of colored manga style. I don't particularly care for any of the 4 examples that were given. I don't particularly care for them myself personally, but I mean, if somebody else really digs them, that's awesome for you.
You know what I like? I like the exposure to different kinds of art, just because I like art. Some people like to listen to varied kinds of music.
Yeah.
I mean, so do I. Some people like to try different kinds of beers.
So do I.
I like being exposed to and learning about different kinds of art and art history. And this is like the start of that in Magic the Gathering form. I guess it's not really the start, because we've seen Japanese before, we've seen stained glass before. Yeah. This is the continuation of that in Magic form. The basic lands are a great example of it. These borderless planeswalkers are a great example of it. Is this the kind of art that I hang in my house? No, but it doesn't mean I can't appreciate it.
Absolutely
Which
not.
I think is the important thing to say is it's still good art.
It's great. It's just not necessarily for us. As far as the samurai and ninja frames go, I don't fucking care.
Oh, is that what they're called?
That's what they're called.
I was going to call them bamboo frames.
I do not care about them at all. They're just like the werewolf and vampire frames from the last set. They don't do anything for me at all.
Is it the frame that you don't like, or is it the art style? Because they're connected, right?
The arts are fine. They're cool. They're anime. I like anime. I like all that stuff. The frames themselves, I think, are just like, I don't know. I don't want to say jumping the shark, but it's superfluous and pointless, given that the pictures are different and cool. I don't care that there's a different frame on them.
Oh, and they actually have a different frame for legendaries and planeswalkers than they do for regular, what'd you call it, ninja frame?
There's ninja frame and there's samurai frame. Because there's 2 different frames, too.
Oh, I understand now. Yes, these are all the samurais. They're the ones that have, like, it looks like...
Like a little helmet.
Well, it looks like wrapped up bamboo around the text box. That's why I was calling them bamboo frames.
Yeah.
It looks like bamboo scaffolding around the text box of the samurai ones.
Yeah.
And they have a different kind of, like, legendary name line up by the name of the card for legendaries, which, of course, they do. And then we go down to... Are these all ninjas? These aren't ninjas. These are what's called the soft glow.
Ninjas are here.
Oh, that's right. They got even more. They got even more special frames.
Yeah.
The ninjas had different special frames.
There's 4 or 5 different frames in this set. They went nuts. Like they took what we said we wanted and just gave us so much that you don't even realize how much they gave you.
Yeah, I didn't even know that there was as much as they did. Yeah, these are more angular, sharper. They look like they're
darker and
There's
grittier.
in the text box, there's almost like the pattern behind it. It's not a watermark, but it's a pattern on the text box that looks kind of like a throwing star.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, didn't even realize that these are different.
Yep, but they are. And here we are.
Learning
things together.
And they look fine.
They're fine.
They look ninja-y.
Yeah.
Ninja-y.
That's a word.
It's an adjective, right?
That is, yes.
Okay, then we've got some alternate art sagas, which I think are so dope because the vertically oriented, like, portrait style art that they do for the sagas, always great.
Yes.
As far as pieces of art go, always great. Look at, they got the Kiki-Jiki one. It's got the 2 different arts for Kiki-Jiki.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I like that one. They've got some that's looking like very traditional Japanese dragons, like the Dragon Kami Reborn that flips over into, Dragon Kami's egg. Which one is the one that... Oh, the Kami War. That's the one.
The Kami War is the one that turns into the crazy thing on the back.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to rule 0 that as their commander, I'm totally fine.
Meh.
If I can play the Prismatic Bridge as my commander, like, maybe I just switch the Kami War as my commander for Crab Tribal just to make it even memeier.
You live your dreams, man. Memes are dreams.
Memes are dreams. Oh, man.
Yep.
We should start a new podcast, just memes.
Memes are dreams.
Memes are dreams.
Yep.
Final showcase frame, I think.
So. Or the soft glow, kind of glowy, blacklighty ones that we both said we wanted.
The neon lights. Now, do they glow under a black light?
Believe me, we're going to find out.
We will find out. And
trust and believe that we will find out together.
Maybe we got to do a video of that.
We probably will.
And we'll be either super pumped or super disappointed.
Yes.
And both will be equally as entertaining.
Correct.
I hope.
Yes. I have a black light in my ceiling ready to go.
Okay.
Believe me when I say we will find out if these glow or not.
Okay, so we usually do this when we talk about a new set. Hit or miss on the showcases. All the different showcases notwithstanding, do you like them? Any of them? Yes, no, and why?
Overall, I'm less impressed with this set as far as the showcases go. I really like a couple of them. The Jin-Gitaxias for one, and that Exploding Singularity are two that I really enjoy.
Which Jin-Gitaxias? Because there's like 3.
The showcase soft glowy one, I think.
Or is it the Phyrexian?
No, it's not the Phyrexian
Not the
one.
Phyrexian language one.
There's another one in there somewhere.
The soft glow. There it is.
Yes, I like the soft glow one. They're very cool. But past that, I'm soft on them. But I don't know. I think that
you're not glowing hard.
There we go. They're not for me, but I do enjoy them. I'm happy that they exist and they're cool conversation pieces, something to collect, which I really like. But that's as far as I go on them. What about you?
I like the alternate art borderless legendary dragons because they kind of look like Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon cards. And I know that people are into that art style, like mega into that art style. Mm. And I like that people can get that now. Like, sure, the dragons, their normal arts look like Japanese dragons, but these look like caricatures of Japanese dragons. Yeah. Which is kind of what Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon in my mind is. It's a caricaturization of real things in Japanese art. I don't know if that's right or if that is like bad for me to say, but I like the dragons, but other than that, like I don't know. They just the showcase things just don't do it for me. I think maybe because I do my own art on cards so much.
Sure.
And I like the regular, non-extended border foils, like the OGest, fucking plain Janest, coldest take of a card. That's the one I like. That's the one, man.
Here's a real quick hot take. We're going to hit this, then we're going to get out of here because Joe is going to come to our houses and kill us because we got an hour and a half. Fuck you, Wizards, for bringing foil etched back. Fuck you forever for that. Stop it.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks. It always sucked. It always will suck. Stop it. There. I said it.
Okay, well, final thought of the day.
That might have been it, but if this set is for you, I'm glad. We are both very excited for it. If you've been opening it already, let us know some pulls that you got down in the thing, where you're going to play your cards, which decks you're looking at building. We'll do the same. Be on the lookout for some giveaways. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this video to help us get to our 3,000 best giveaway of all time. Remember, if you're part of the Kickstarter stuff, we'll be getting to you hopefully in the near-ish future. Speaking of things that are going to be coming at you in the nearest future, we're going to be back to the arc of breaking the mold on the next episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!